Hello, a month ago I upgraded my workstation computer to have a Gigabyte motherboard, and in general that works really well. However, I noticed my computer was a lot noisier, especially when booted up before my third-party fan control software actually kicked in. And that's because by default, Gigabyte motherboards have quite a harsh fan curve, but thankfully most, but not all, Gigabyte motherboards actually have a setting in the BIOS that allows you to change the fan curves, and at least then your computer will be constantly silent, whether you're booting into Windows or a user that doesn't have third-party fan software or another operating system. It'll be completely quiet because you've done it at the BIOS level. So let's take a look how you do that. So firstly, restart your computer and then mash the delete key, usually on a Gigabyte keyboard, to get into the BIOS. And you've got loads of settings at the top, but we actually don't want that. What we want is an option that's on most, but not all, Gigabyte motherboards, which is Smart Fan, and most of the modern ones should have that. But by default, you can see the fan curve there. It is quite harsh. Basically, at around 50 degrees Celsius, your CPU fan is going to be running at quite a high percentage RPM. I tend to notice my noise at around 65% fan speed, so the fan curves here just weren't good for me, especially under normal. Now you can change that to silent, and that will help a little bit, but I was still hearing things a little bit. So what I would prefer to do personally is just go into manual mode instead. So go back to that drop down, go to manual, and then you can actually change all of the fan curves as you would like. Now what I'm doing here is just moving things down and to the right a little bit, which basically means they're going to kick in less because you're saying that for particular temperatures, you want a lower percentage fan speed, a lower PWM in this particular case. So I'm bringing it all the way down, trying to avoid the 65% level unless I really need that. There are other settings on the side as well. I don't tend to change temperature interval or any of the other ones, but CPU fan mode might be useful. Some people prefer stairs because this gives a slightly, a different style of fan curve, but I tend to prefer slope, it's a little bit more natural to me. But you can play around with the settings, and then once you're done, I tend to prefer saving in the BIOS just because it'll survive any BIOS upgrades, but it's up to you. So that is the Smart Fan feature, but some Gigabyte motherboards might call it something different or might not have it at all, unfortunately. Then you go to save and exit to the top, you click on yes, and then restart your computer. And when you boot it up, it should now be a lot quieter. And because you've done this at the BIOS level, what you'll notice is even if your CPU temperatures are in the 50s when booting up, things should be a lot quieter, and that'll apply for all users and all operating systems. And that wraps up this video. I hope you found it useful. If you did, please click the thumbs up button and please subscribe to see more videos like this. Thanks for watching.